Hello, Watem here and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. Or me being confused about Keiichi's past in Higurashi When They Cry. What did he do?
さとこちゃんとリカちゃんにも話しておかないとね。こ
Uh,
んな危ない人が身近にいたなんて信じられないよ。
違うそれはたまたまなんだ。
モデルガンで通行人を連続して襲撃。すごいすごい。ひなみ沢村連続開始事件に負けないくらいインパクトあるよ。
違うんだよ。あれは本当に。
I'm pretty sure we haven't heard about this before.
何がどう違うの？数週間の間に見ず知らずの通行人を狙って通りがかりにモデルガンで撃ちつける恐ろしい事件だった。市内一帯は一時期騒然。 PTA が交差点ごとに立ち集団下校にもなったんだってね。目に当たって大怪我した人もいたんでしょ？幸い後遺症にはならなかったそうだけど。モデルガンなんて武器を持って誰彼構いなしに面白半分で付け狙ういやらしさ。そんなことして何が楽しかったの？でも楽しかったからずっと続けてたんだよね。そのくせ途中で両親の呵責に耐えられなくなってご両親と一緒に自首。責任取るのもご両親と一緒じゃないとダメなわけ？少年法って親切よね。
It was kind to you too.
被害者にも犯人の名前は公開されないし、お父さんが大金持ちだったから示談金をたくさん積んでくれたんだよね。それで大ごとにしない約束を取り付けてまったりとしばらくは保護観察。それでほとぼりが冷めた頃合いにお金に任せて遠方へ引っ越しして全部チャラ。いいねお金持ちは。
違うんだ
そんなことどうして今まで黙ってたの？前の学校ではずっと勉強漬けだった？どうしてそんな嘘をつくの？
ごめん、嘘ってわけじゃ。
仲間ってのは隠し事なんかなしでしょ？そうでしょ？じゃあお前は仲間じゃない。
Literally every one of this group is like kind of somewhat insane. So Rena, for the whole episode in her past, apparently Keiichi as well. Now, Sadako traumatized by like aunts, uncle, parents. Rika, I mean, okay, makes sense that she's kind of gone mad after dying so many times, and Mion kind of makes sensible for a lot, but still like heir to a like, mob gang kind of thing. Yakuza. The blades of her words hit hard, and they made my eyes bleed. The blood was clear, and it tasted salty.
私も過去の事件からお前が怪しいと思ってる。それを隠しきれてると思わないで。
I remember how deeply I regretted it. I couldn't regret enough. I wanted to forget it, but I couldn't. I made a stupid mistake. Why? Why does she have to bring it up right now? I apologized and accepted everything, then moved here to put it behind me. I wanted to have a fresh start on Hinamizawa. I swore to myself to live a clean life from then on. Everything is ruined now. I'll be a criminal, no matter where I go. I was stressed out with my exam studies. I was frustrated. I randomly shot people. I didn't care if it was girls or kids. Why did I do something so stupid? There was no reason. I had no reason to do that. I just wanted to get someone's attention. I didn't have the courage to tell my parents that I didn't want to study. I just wanted somebody to scold me, so I used a childish way to get attention. I regret what I did. I swear I'll never do something that stupid again. If I do it again, they can send me to a chair. If there's something I could do to be completely forgiven, I'd do it, no matter what it was. But, no matter how deeply I regret it, no matter how long I atoned for my sin, I will never be forgiven. That's why I wanted to sweep the whole thing under the carpet and have a fresh start. I have nothing to say if somebody tells me that forgetting my sin is an act of cowardice. Sins are sins. You can't just get rid of them. You have to carry them for the rest of your life. I know that's the fate of a sinner. If you don't want to live like that, don't be a sinner. I understand that logic too. But then, how is sinner supposed to live?
とにかくお前は仲間じゃない。仲間じゃないやつの指図は受ける言われはない。私のことは当分放っておいてもらう。いいね。
I didn't notice until she spoke that I was on my knees, hanging my head. Rena picked up the hatchet she dropped earlier. I wanted her to hit my head with it. Yeah, that's right. If anything's going to be torn apart, I'd rather it be my body. Compared to the pain of my heart being torn to shreds, I'd rather she cut my head off. I believed it. I still believe it. I still believe it right at this moment. I believe that I'm their friend. But in fact, I'm starting to become aware of it. I want to believe I'm their friend, because I don't want to accept my past. I'm trying to tell myself that, but I feel stupid crying like this. My face is all messy with tears. I was never their friend. I'm a sinner, and I hid my past from them. I hid it because I was scared. I told her that friends don't hide anything from another, and I hid my past from them. I hid my sin from them. My past has nothing to do with how I live my life here. If I ever attacked a kid in this village just because I was frustrated, I wouldn't mind if they killed me and cut me into pieces. But I'll never do anything like that again. I just want to live normally. What I did before I moved here has nothing to do with my life now. For instance, Rena moved here too. I wouldn't change the way I see her, even if I found out she did something bad before she moved here. Right? I wouldn't, would I? Even if Rena beat some of her friends, or broke all the windows of her school, I wouldn't care, because this happened in Ibaraki. She didn't do that in Hinamizawa. Rena is Rena. She's my best friend. That's why I wouldn't see her differently, even if I found out about her past. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'd keep a distance from her if I found out she really did such things. I'd be scared of her. I wouldn't try to listen to her. Why? It's just a rumor. Why would I be scared of her? She's my best friend. If I was in her situation, would I reject her just like she did? So, Rene's rejection of me was completely natural. Then, what am I supposed to do? I was the only one crying. Rena wasn't crying. She looked at me as if she was looking at something dirty. After giving me a nasty look, she disappeared into the darkness. Rena didn't forgive me. There was nothing I could do to atone for my sin but to keep crying, still down on my knees. So I'd say probably first tell Mion, then tell the police. The reason we moved to Hinamizawa. Achievement unlocked. I just want to live normally. Some nice fields there. I don't remember how many years ago it was. There was this beautiful village surrounded by nature, but the village was going to be submerged in water because of a new dam project, and the villagers protested against it en masse. They held a sightseeing tour so people from other places could enjoy the local beauty. I joined the tour out of simple curiosity. I wanted to take a look at the nature that might sink under the water. But when I got there, the place took my breath away. The air was so clean and clear, and the landscape was beautiful beyond words. Since then, I was hooked on the inspiring nature of the place. I fell in love with the village so much that I was very glad when I heard that the dam project was cancelled. That village is where I'm building our new house. When I visited there, I found a beautiful field of wildflowers. I saw two cute girls playing in that field. Both of them were very beautiful, with long straight hair. They were probably neighbours or best friends. I still remember how they looked. One of them had a very beautiful face with a clear-cut profile for her age. The other had a very pretty, innocent look. I'm sure both of them will grow up into fine, beautiful ladies in the future. They were running around in the field like they were dancing. I asked them if the field was their playground. They said they were playing in hopes that newcomers would move to the village. Then I saw a sign saying, "Lot for sale." That was when I began thinking that it might be a great place to live. There was nothing here, and things are a bit inconvenient compared to the life in the city. But I sincerely believe this was the best place for us to start a new life together as a family. A lot of things happened back in the city, but the past is the past. It's best that we move on. We learn from our mistakes, and I hope we can start a new, more ideal life in this village. Keiichi, I hope you'll grow to love us here as much as I do. You do? I'm happy to hear that. I'm also happy that we've been doing a lot better as a family since we moved here. Back in the city, we were far from close. So, I'm truly happy that we're able to start from scratch. That does explain the sudden change between all his cram school stuff and Hinazawa school, and why they didn't try to continue it in Hinazawa. And why they moved there, despite having to often go back to Tokyo for work. Now that I've come to think of it, I've never had a chance to have a conversation with you like this before. Oh, Keiichi? Do you know any two beautiful girls with long straight hair in your school? I think they're a lot younger than you. Oh, you know two young beautiful girls, but one of them has short hair, huh? I don't think they're the ones I saw. You want to know why I asked? Oh, I just wanted to ask them to be models for my portraits. I was thinking about making them wear cute costumes. Basically, I just want to see them again, for artistic reasons. So if you happen to see them, let your dad know, okay? Promise me, okay? Cough cough. Let us continue. At lunchtime the next day, everybody in class was talking about Rena's disappearance. We were all worried about her safety, but I kept a safe distance from everybody else.
レナはどこに行っちゃったんだろうね。鬼隠しにあったなんていい加減なことを言ってる連中もいるよ。まったく。
ケイイチさん、今日は元気がありませんでしたよ。
It's possible that she's already dead from bleeding, or maybe her neck's gotten infected.
Me.
Sadako and Rika-chan noticed something odd about my attitude.
俺は、
I couldn't sleep at all last night because of what Rena told me. Friends don't keep secrets from one another. That sentence bit into my heart, and I couldn't sleep because of the pain.
ミオ、サトコもリカちゃんも話しておきたいことがある。
レナに関すること？
いや、 そうじゃない。俺自身についてのことなんだ。
I decided to tell them about it, because they were my friends. But I didn't know what I was expecting to change by doing so. They might despise me. Was there any benefit in telling them? No, there wasn't. I knew that for sure. But I still wanted to tell them about it, just because I thought it would help heal the pain I was feeling.
ケイイチさんのことですの？
ああ。ちょっと真面目な話なんだ。聞いてほしい。俺が引っ越してくる前のことなんだ。当時の俺は勉強しか脳のないやつだった。
I learned the trick of a game called studying at my cram school. I enjoyed the sense of superiority I felt by getting good grades. I kept studying just because I wanted to look down on the other students. When my grades got better, my parents got happier, and my teachers praised me. I felt good. It was fun to look down on the students who were good at running, dodgeball, or swimming. That was the only reason I kept studying. Before I knew it, not only was I top of my class, I was the top of my school. So I started to think I was the most important student there. I looked down on the kids who were playing in the schoolyard during lunch break. I enjoyed feeling a sense of superiority to them and my insignificance. The more I studied, the better everybody expected me to do. They started to place high hopes on me. They expected me to go to the best school in Japan. I flattered myself into thinking I deserved to go to that school as well. But the fun went out in looking down on people, while the burden of studying didn't change a bit. My classmates stopped admiring my cleverness after a while, and my teachers started to push me to study more. All of a sudden, the fun had gone out of it. Yeah, study for the fun of learning. Learning's fun. To begin with, I didn't even like to study. I had average reflexes. I was average in a fight. I was an average boy with nothing that really drew attention. So when I found something that I could use to get that attention, I jumped on it. It happened to be studying for me, but if I was riding a unicycle or juggling, I would have done that too. When I realized I didn't enjoy studying anymore, it got very boring. I was just a little boy who wanted to be praised when I did something better than anybody else. I finished all my summer homework because my parents praised me for it, and I took charge of cleaning duties at school because my teachers praised me for it. So when they stopped praising me for what I did, I began to feel as though my life had no meaning. My parents used to give me an allowance that was proportional to how good my grades were, so I used to get a substantial amount of money for my age. I don't know if I had a natural interest in violence, or if I was looking for it because of my frustration at the time. I took an interest in BB guns. At first, I shot at cardboard boxes. It was fun. Being violent at pieces of cardboard relieved a lot of stress. Nobody blamed me for doing that. But soon, I started wanting to do something I should never have done. On the box that my BB gun came in was a warning label that read, "Do not shoot at people." That was when I thought about doing just that. Why did I do something I shouldn't have? I guess I was just immature. I wasn't interested in studying anymore, but I forced myself to do so anyway. My parents forced me to go to several cram schools. I was mad at them for that. I should have told them I didn't want to study anymore. But I didn't have the courage to do that. So, I used my frustration as an excuse to do something cowardly. I shot at kids who were younger than I was with my BB gun. It gave me such a thrill. It felt so good to do something bad when I was so overcome with studying. Needless to say, I had no personal grudges against the kids I shot. As long as the kids passed through a deserted street, they met the requirements to become my target. I didn't mean to hurt them. I shot at them once or twice from a distance. That was all I wanted to do. Sometimes they didn't react at all because the BBs hit a thicker part of their clothes or something. I didn't like that, so I started to shoot until they noticed they were being hit. It inevitably escalated into a barrage of gunfire. I study a lot. I'm doing something good. So I deserve to do something bad to balance out the good I'm doing. That was the unbelievably selfish excuse I made. I thought I had the right to do things like that because I was suffering myself. I thought people who weren't suffering like I was deserved to be shot at and to get hurt a little bit. I was so selfish, so arrogant, so immature. Meanwhile, you don't know what pains other people are suffering. I was disgusted with myself. If I could have met myself at that time, I would have given myself a punch in the face so hard that I'd knock out all of my teeth. They started to call it a series of attacks on school children. The prince of my school held a morning assembly to inform everybody about the case, to warn them to be careful when playing outside. I was laughing sneakily. The PTA issued a letter of warning and advice to take the safest way to and from school. Parents took turns watching kids when they walked between home and school in groups. The more serious it got, the more it reminded me of the excitement I first felt when my grades started going up. I was absorbed in that game I was playing. I didn't think that I'd get caught someday. I didn't even think to stop doing it either. One day, I found a little girl who was walking down a narrow dark street, all alone. She was a very small girl. I don't know if she was on her way to her friend's house or if she was running an errand. I didn't care which. It was careless of her to go out alone. The school had warned her not to, so it was her fault. Just like always, I made a selfish excuse and attacked her. Some of the shots hit her in her back. She noticed she was attacked by somebody. She turned around. It was a natural reaction. At that time, I didn't hesitate to rain hell upon her. The fact that people realize that they're getting shot but don't see who it is? Like, really? So, when she turned around, I was still shooting at her. Usually when I shot at a kid, she cried in pain and ran away. But this girl was different. She thrashed about in excruciating pain, holding one of her eyes. When I saw her doing that, I realized what had happened right away. The BB had hit her in the eye. Till that moment, I didn't think about what would happen when the pellet could easily go through a cardboard box hit an eyeball. Anyway, the girl howled in pain, and for the first time, I realized I had done something horrible. She saw me, so I couldn't take her to a hospital. Couldn't do anything about it, so I left her there while she was still screaming in pain. I wondered if she was okay. I worried that she had lost her eye. I kept thinking about her, and I didn't even feel like eating that day. I went to the bookshelf in our living room, snuck a medical book into my room, and studied the structure of the human eye. It was too late to make a difference, but I studied what kind of injuries would make a person lose their vision. I knew it wouldn't make the sin I committed weigh any less even if I found out that she wouldn't lose her sight. I couldn't sleep at night, and I suffered from a high fever. It wasn't my parents, my teachers, or the police who first punished me for what I did. It was my own body. Before dawn, I woke my parents up and confessed to my sin. They were shocked at first, but it seemed like they understood the situation quickly due to my recent disobedient behavior and my interest in BB guns. My mum cried hysterically. My dad slapped me in the face till it swelled up. Before the sun came up, I turned myself into the police, accompanied by my parents. Satoko stared at me with a stunned expression. I deserved to receive that kind of look. What I did was very wrong, and I needed to accept that.
それ本当ですの？
ああ、本当だ。今まで隠していて悪かった。
なんでそんなことを今頃になってわざわざ言おうと思ったわけ？
Mion asked me. Rika-chan nodded in agreement.
本音から言うとさ、ケイちゃんどうしたのって感じかね。
まあ、そりゃそうだよな。
違うよ。そんなことわざわざ言い出す必要あったのかなってね。
いや、隠し事をするなんて 仲間じゃないよな。俺はみんなのことを仲間だと思ってる。だからもう隠してなんかいられなかったんだ。
圭一はそれを僕たちに話して何を期待しているのですか？
期待なんて別にないよ。俺はただ
許しが欲しくても僕にはあげられないのです。圭一が怪我をさせた人たちにしかそれは与えられませんのです。だから僕たちにそれを話しても何の期待にも応えられないのですよ。
リカの言う通りですわね。潔いのは認めますけれど、そんなことを私たちに打ち明けてどうしたいって言うんですの？
どうしたいってことはないよ。ただ仲間に隠し事は。
My friends looked annoyed by the sudden confession of my past. I took it as a bitter medicine. I got what I deserved.
ケイちゃんさ、ちょいとここで質問なんだけどさ、仲間に隠し事ってしたらいけないわけ？
え？
ケイちゃんの論法だと隠し事をしないのが仲間みたいな話だけどさ。
Yeah, think about all the secrets there's Leon's keeping.
おじさんはそんなの嫌だね。
僕も嫌です。
Mion and Rika obviously disagreed with my statement. Sadako nodded, following suit.
言いたくないことを言わないで何が悪いわけ？人には話したくないことや辛いこと、悲しいこと、失敗したことや思い出したくないことがたくさんある。それを全部打ち明けないと仲間と呼べないんなら、私はそんな仲間はいらないね。
でもそれじゃあ。
圭一、打ち明けなくていいことと打ち明けなくてはならないことは違いますのです。罪は許しを得るために打ち明けなくてはならない。でも打ち明けて許された罪はもう打ち明ける必要はないのですよ。
そうですわね。だって圭一さんはちゃんとおまわりさんのところに行って怒られてきたんでございましょう。それで償いをして許してもらえたなら、それで圭一さんの罪はおしまいですわよ。
自首してその結果を受け入れたなら、それでケイちゃんのお務めは終わりだよ。もちろんケイちゃんが罪の十字架を背負い続けることはとても大切なこと。二度と過ちを繰り返さないよう常に胸に刻み続けるのは正しいことだよ。でもね、それはケイちゃんが自戒することであって。
そうですわよ。
でもね、それはケイちゃんが自戒することであって打ち明けなくちゃいけないことではない。
過去の恥ずかしい話なんかは私も内緒にしたいことがたくさんございましたよ。
聡子は特にいっぱいいっぱいありますのです。
私だけじゃございませんのよ。
Problem with mouse pads?
リカもですわよ。リカもですわよ。
Yeah, like how she likes to get drunk.
みー。
Sadako and Rika-chan fooled around with each other like they always did. Mion looked at them and then looked back at me.
今、聡子はとてもいいことを言ったと思う。ケイちゃんにはどの部分かわかる？
Yeah, like at the very start of the story when you didn't want your mum to tell Renner about all of your embarrassing stories.
過去の話は内緒にしたいというところか？
違うその次の部分、誰にだってあるってところだよ。無菌室の試験管の中で育った人間でもない限り、人の人生は試行錯誤の繰り返しだと思う。いいことも悪いこともいろいろなことを繰り返して成長して、それで最後の最後に素晴らしい人間になれればいいんじゃない？いいことも悪いことも 全てとても大切な経験なんだと思う。それは誰でも同じで、ケイちゃんだけじゃない。私にも、サトコにも、リカちゃんにも。いやいや、クラスの全員にも当てはまることなんだよ。
例えばミーはもっと昔は札付きの悪猫さんだったのですよ。
And on the note of me being a very bad girl, I'm going to end it here for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya!